All right, guys, I have been waiting to do this empties video forever. I've been saving up a lot of these products for a while, and it's just that other things kept coming up and I wasn't able to shoot. This week I asked for, before I get to the empties, I just want to give you guys a quick update on what's been going on with me. This week I posted requests for good vibes. Because we were going through a tough time. Actually, Ian and I, my husband and I, were both offered new jobs within 24 hours of each other. His was on the East Coast, mine was on the West Coast. So we had to decide in one day whether we were going to move to be closer with our parents or to stay out here and really develop our careers. And it was a really, really tough decision. And we've decided to stay in Los Angeles. It was going to be good things either way. It was just really, really stressful, and I know that I benefited from your support. So if you sent me a nice message, or even if you didn't post it on Instagram, but you were just thinking about me, I totally felt your love. This community has been so great for me, and I love giving back to it. So let me get back to it by getting on with my empties. Let me first start with the Bioderma micellar water. I was just looking at the price tag the other day and I paid $33 for this, which makes it quite a bit more expensive than the Garnier micellar water. And at the time that I bought the Garnier, I had a bunch of eye makeup on both sides of my face. I tried to remove my dark eye makeup with both products and I found that they both did fine. Neither irritated my eyes, and so I gave it a thumbs up as a dupe, and I actually kind of want to correct that. If you have the extra dollars to spend, and if you have a little higher expectations for your products, if you don't have the time to do as many steps, I would pay the extra money and buy the Bioderma. I find that the Bioderma is actually a better cleanser. That Garnier, I end up having to use 3-4 cotton pads to remove all my makeup, where with the Bioderma, I was able to remove all my makeup with 2 solid. Sometimes when I use the Garnier, I use 3 or 4 discs, then cleanse, and then there's still makeup on my face where, and honestly, you guys have seen my cleanser lineup. I haven't really changed anything crazy, and I just chalk that up to pore makeup removal. So in the future, I actually would definitely repurchase the Bioderma. I'm also interested in trying the Clarins micellar water, as well as the, what is his name? Dr. Perricone and the Caudalie, to see. I think the Bioderma might have a higher concentration of micelles. And if you don't know what a micelle is, it's just a tiny little ball of lipids that's hydrophobic, which means it doesn't mix well with water. So it's like tiny little oil particles that are suspended in this water, and that's what helps cleanse off your makeup without leaving you super duper oily. Okay, next up is another nighttime product. This is the Aveda Stress Fix Body Cream. This was a sample that got thrown in my bag when I made another purchase. This has been by my nightstand, going over my hands every single night for several months, and that's because it's got a lavender scent to it. It's called Stress Fix, which you can probably guess means that it contains lavender. But what I really like about this product is that it's sort of a toned down version of lavender. It's also got it's got some sage in it, which I think tones down the lavender. So if you're not into the L'Occitane super duper French lavender scent, I would recommend trying this because it was really helpful for me to sort of wind down at the end of the day. I would rub it on my hands and then cut my hands around my nose and my mouth and take a few deep breaths. And I found that it really did help to calm me down, get ready for bed. With all of the stress that's been going on, Ian having interviews, I've been having interviews. We've been thinking about what we're going to do. You guys can see, and I think I've been having a lot of, you can see all the breakouts that I've been having. My skin has never been like this, and I haven't really been trying any crazy new products this is just from the last 2 weeks. This has been happening. This is at least 8 or 9 different breakouts. Again, my skin has never been like this, so I'm chalking it up to hormones, especially because I've been reading that hormonal breakouts tend to happen around the chin. So I'm taking very close notes from the Skin Obsessor, and I am eating my probiotics. I'm running. I'm trying to get good sleep. That's, I think, also not doing me any good, is that all the stress has been literally keeping me up at night and literally making me sick to my stomach. I actually had to stay home from work one day because I was so sick so physically sick from the stress. So I'm hoping that now that we've made a decision, I've got a new job, that I'm on the downhill.
Anyway.
Okay, next up is another nighttime product. You guys know this one well if you follow my Instagram. This is the Grown Alchemist Regenerating Night Cream. This is a wonderful night cream. I found this really super hydrating. The first two ingredients are aloe leaf extract and camellia seed oil. So boom, there you go. Two very hydrating ingredients, and it's just always nice to see when the first ingredient is not water. This is a $99 product, and I have repurchased it. You guys have noticed I have been using this. At first, I didn't think I was gonna like it because the scent was very sweet. It says it's got violet leaf extract in it, which may or may not be the cause of to me, it smells like cotton candy. It's like a very sweet scent, but it started to wear off. I stopped noticing it after a while, and in the mornings, my skin still feels very plump and hydrated, and that's why I repurchased it, because even though it was expensive, it was giving me all the hydration, the deep hydration that I really need, and helped to lock in all of the oils and serums that I was using as well. So next up, speaking of moisture, there's a lot of moisturizers in this lineup. This is my very sad tube of Embryolisse that I finally finished this week. You guys can see, I feel like I'm rolling it up just so you can see how big it is. I'm trying to pull it away. It's 2.5 ounces. It comes in a foil tube, and you can get it at Sephora for $16. I love this moisturizer. I tried it about a year ago. My friend went to France and she bought me this, and it was the summer in Los Angeles, so I'm sweating. It was a little too much moisture at that time, and I started to break out a little bit, but I really like this. It's got, even though it's got shea butter in it, beeswax, aloe vera, it's super light somehow. I don't know how they do it, but this is a really good moisturizer for a really good price, and I'm already missing it. I think just based on the price alone, I'm going to repurchase this. I find that for me, my really dry skin, every kind of base makeup looks cakey and flaky on me. It just doesn't matter, and I've come to terms with the fact that it's not my foundation, it's that I need to provide more moisture, and this one actually, the Embryolisse, looks really good under makeup, so I'm definitely going to repurchase. I'm a big fan. It's like $16. You can get it at Sephora, you can buy it on Amazon. It's not just for dry skin, it's also recommended for combination skin. So really like Embryolisse. Last up for the moisturizers was this, the DIY body oil I made. And this was a recipe actually provided by Herbivore Botanicals, where you use a few ounces of grapeseed oil or sunflower seed oil, and you can add a few drops or however many drops you want of your favorite smelling essential oil, whether it's rose. I chose bergamot, which is sort of a citrusy scent, a flowery citrusy scent. And I applied it after I got out of the shower or the bath, and I found that it kept my skin super hydrated, especially on my upper legs where I tend to get bumps. I really, really liked this, and it was so much cheaper. It was a third of the cost of buying their jasmine body oil. So you can go to Whole Foods, you can buy a jasmine essential oil, you can buy grapeseed oil, and Whole Foods even sold this little blue vessel. So you can totally make it A to Z at Whole Foods. I'm sure you can find something, another container like this at any beauty supply store. So this was an empty that I'm super satisfied with, and even though I didn't actually purchase this as a brand name product, it's something that I'm definitely going to do again because it was so easy, and and it's customized. I love that. So maybe I'll choose a different scent for spring and summer. Maybe I'll pick rose. Maybe I won't. Okay, a couple more. Next up is the Aloe Calming Facial Cleanser. I already had a backup of this, so I didn't need to repurchase this, but this is a sensitive skin creamy cleanser that is exactly that. It's less than $20. It's a good cleanse. It's not a deep cleanse, but if you are doing a manual exfoliation, if you are experiencing some problem areas and you just want to clean without irritating, especially in the morning when you don't need to use an acid or anything like that, this was a really, really nice cleanser. Again, it's under $20 and it's just exactly what it says it is. It's calming, it's not irritating, but you get a really decent cleanse from it. So I'm happy that I had a backup. And you guys know I started my skincare journey with The Body Shop. I'll always be a faithful customer of theirs. They just do really good products at a really good price point. Last up is actually a men's product. What do you know? It's a product I bought for my husband. He's just breaking into the world of taking care of what's going on his face. I bought this because it's accessible for him. I didn't want to buy him anything. He literally, if it was expensive, he wouldn't want to use it. So I literally went to Walgreens and just bought something cheap that was in a black tube so that he would use it. And we stuck it in the shower and he used the whole thing, but he was a good boy and he said he didn't like the beads. He wanted me to buy him something else. And actually what we did buy, here, let me grab it really quick. And this is what I bought him, the La Roche-Posay Physiological Cleansing Gel. This has no beads in it. There's no parabens in it. There's no sulfates in it. And so far, he really likes it. He says it's gentle. He says it gives him a good clean. He doesn't feel dry and stretched out. His skin is a little bit more oily than mine. I probably won't use this so much in the shower, but I just wanted to give you guys, let you know that although we weren't repurchasing this, thank God, we are liking the La Roche-Posay so far. So that's it for my empties. Again, thank you guys so much for your support, both this week and for the past 6 months. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay. I hope that if you're going through stress, if stress is manifesting itself on your face, just to know that this is just a snapshot in time. I've taken pictures of my zits and, this too shall pass. I was thinking while I was setting up for this vlog, I was actually looking at this picture behind me. I don't know if you've ever noticed, or maybe the lights are always too cruddy, but this is a picture from our wedding day. Oh, you can see my reflection. Anyway, this was, the best day of my life, and that was just a snapshot in time too, and it's just a reminder that there's, for as cruddy as I felt this week, for as little sleep as I've gotten this week, and for as embarrassed I am, as embarrassed as I feel about my skin, I know that there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Hormones are a totally natural response to stress. This too shall pass, and better things are on the horizon. So thanks so much for joining me, and I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, bye.